Oh, I'm buzzing. Look who we've got here to react to some scary animations. Horror edition. Yes. Oh, didn't I tell you?
No.
Well, it's not that bad. But you've been giving me problems when I've been reacting to these episodes. So now you're ready to do this, yeah?
Not really.
You guys seem to be enjoying it. Like the video before you watch it. If you get scared, let me know down below. If you think it's funny, let me know down below. Hit the notification bell to be notified. Let's do this. I had a girlfriend who stalked me.
My name is Dan. This happened 3 years ago. I moved out of my parents' house once I started making a steady paycheck. I'm a plumber, and one day I had to go to someone's house to fix some pipes. There was a married couple and their daughter living there. Their daughter was 22 at the time. She was 6 months older than me, and her name was Amanda. While I was working, she was talking to me, asking if I was single and stuff like that. And to be honest, she seemed pretty cute. We exchanged phone numbers, and eventually...
I bet she was flirting with him.
He just said she was cute.
Yeah.
She's got a pointed nose. How can you say she's cute?
She ain't even got a nose, it's been chopped off.
I know, she's got one nostril. I mean, why is that cute? It's like one nostril.
Oh my gosh, that's scary.
This isn't scary, you know. This one's okay so far, you know.
I hope so.
What do you reckon, guys? Let me know down below.
started dating, and she even moved into my house. We were 3 months into our relationship, and stuff started to get out of hand. She was always getting mad and annoyed so easily.
That sounds like you.
So she met him,
Yeah.
moved in with him straight away.
Yeah. Hold on a minute.
That is not right.
That's bringing me back to the moment when we met. Because when I met Sharina, what happened when we met?
He was stalking me.
Don't tell them that. When we met, it was you who started to stalk me. When I first seen her, I said certain words to her, and that got her besotted with me. And then after that, you just kept following me around at school.
He was a total nightmare, trust me. And you know you believe me more than you believe him.
Nightmare?
He was a nightmare. Wherever I was, he'd appear. If I was at a friend's house, or he used to whistle through the letterbox. Stalker.
This began to happen all of the time, even in public, which was incredibly embarrassing.
She's aggressive.
One day
girl.
I had enough, and I had to break up with her, and I told her to leave and never come back. Amanda was pretty pissed off when I said that. I just ignored her, and when she was packing her stuff, she finally left, or so I thought. After that day, she would always show up at my house, harass me, throw
Wow.
Ugh.
She looks angry.
She looks like you when you get angry though, don't she? When you get angry, you're always like that. You've seen Tiana do it in her videos. She always leans forward with her head. That's what you do.
Yeah.
That's the same thing what you do. Ugh.
Must be a girl thing.
to my window, and so on. I'd called the cops many times, but she was gone by the time they showed up.
Okay.
About a month.
Hold on a minute. A big man like that phoning the cops.
Well, yes.
What is wrong with him?
Come on, listen, this guy's going through an emotional time. He's split up with a girlfriend. When you have a split up, okay, it's emotional. So what do? You don't start stalking the dude, start terrorizing him, start making him freak out. I mean, who does that? Just accept you don't want it and go away.
Well, it's his own fault because he should not have let her moved in that quick.
I'll tell you something, if me and you split up, yeah, we split up on good terms, we'll shake hands and say bye and go our separate ways. If I ever see you peeping through my window, I'll tell you something, I will ruin you.
Later, when I came home from working, I would find her in her house, yelling at me to come back, or I'd find writing on my wall.
I would say come back or kill you!
She's a psycho.
So you agree with that then? She's just a centre of attention. It reminds me of somebody I know well. You know, doing things like this to be centre of attention.
Like who?
I just know a girl. Alright?
What girl?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what?
I'll
Alright.
be having words with you after this.
I'm more comfortable because you're with me, you know, because I get scared up here, and I must tell you guys, I do, watching these.
Yeah, I know you do. You always come out.
Come on then,
like
hug me then.
sweating.
Hug me.
So it would say, come back or I'll kill you. The writing eventually went from pencil to marker and then around fucking blood. And Jess, I'm being serious when I said blood. That
Blood!
bitch carved my name a bunch of times into her arms.
Whose blood is it?
She got into my house because I forgot to take the house key back.
She's got the key.
In hindsight, I'm such an idiot. I know. That psycho knew where my parents lived and showed up to their house during the night. My mom almost had a heart attack when she woke up to the sounds of my...
Oh!
Imagine that.
She's changed! She didn't look like that before! Is Is that her?
Yes, she was cute before. So,
What? Cute with one nostril?
no, so the guy said, can you imagine your poor mum facing that?
Why is she like that now?
She's obsessed.
Window glass. When she woke up, she saw Amanda standing there, staring at her, while psychotically smiling at her.
That is
Amanda
grim.
did a
That is
lot, which
grim.
really pissed me off. So one night, I decided to stay overnight at my parents' house.
Get
It was
away
about
from
2
me.
in the morning when I heard a tapping noise in the window next to me. I turned and saw Amanda staring right at me. Her eyes were red. She had bags under her eyes and a huge smile. I went outside and started yelling at her to stay away from me and my family, but she screamed at the top of her lungs and charged at me with a knife. I punched her in the
She's got a
face.
knife! I've seen so many knives on these horror animations. They freak me out as soon as they pull those knives out. I know they're cartoony, but there's still knives, and it just makes me think: is it real? Is somebody there all the time? Does it do that to you guys? You know, you get like tingles on your back of your neck when you think someone's there behind you. You must get them. Just do not watch these and go to bed. Just don't do it. I don't think you could actually do that.
Why, Tiana does.
Tiana must be watching some different animations. We're gonna get Tiana on the next episode very soon to watch one of these because I don't think she can manage them. She's saying they don't scare her. I don't believe it. Come on, man. They're freaky.
I called the cops and made sure Amanda didn't wake up while they were arriving. The cops came quickly while Amanda was knocked out. They found my house key on her, and she was arrested and eventually sentenced for a long while. After Amanda was sentenced, my parents and I moved out of state because we'd like to stay as far away from Amanda
No, she didn't come
as
back.
we possibly can, because she will eventually be released.
That music, I flipping hate it.
Calm down.
That's the music. I hate it. Ah! Oh, you just creep my neck. Oh, you donut. I kissed a psychopath at the party.
When I was in my last year of college, I started going to frat parties more often. I remember where they would have the frat parties at. It was at some creepy abandoned lake. There was
Ooh,
one
skinny
cabin
dipping.
around the
I've
lake,
seen
and
one
it
like
was
that
big
before.
enough for parties. And that night, me and my friend Kai were walking to the lake for the party.
No.
Just look what they're doing. No, seriously, they're in the woods walking to the lake for the party, but they're looking for girls. That's a girls' night, pulling night, what they're going on
In a
with.
forest.
Why has he got his hands in his pockets
That's
trying to be
what-
cool in the forest?
That is weird in a forest.
That's on the way to the
That's
party.
asking for trouble late at night.
Think it's going to get a bit messy?
Well, would you walk through a forest?
Well, if we had our date and I wanted to meet you at a cabin in the woods, with jacuzzis on the outside, and you would turn up?
No, that just does not sound
A
right.
romantic cabin
No.
break?
On a date?
With your husband?
No.
You wouldn't go?
No, if it's a date,
Yeah.
I'd not long met you. No.
You would. You did the first time we met. I met you the next day, and it was all happening.
What?
Me and you got together. We tangled.
You wish.
When we got there, I saw a beautiful young girl.
Ooh, she's looking good. Blondie.
No.
She looks a lot more cuter than the first episode with the one nostril, doesn't she?
Yeah.
I can't see her having any problems. She'll pull both of them guys. She's gonna do well.
Had
tonight.
blonde hair with pretty blue eyes.
Pretty blue eyes.
Kai noticed that I was staring at her.
Good guy with the blue eyes. You see him like that? Oh my gosh, she's great. That's Kai.
Of course, he made a dumb joke. I told him to shut up, and he chuckled.
He wants her, don't her?
He
That's
made
why.
a dumb joke. What? I told him to shut up.
That's because he wants him.
Let's
Then he
see.
said, "Go talk to her, dude." I refused at first, but after 5 minutes, Kai convinced me to go over to her. So I finally went for it. I walked up to her and I said, "Hey, are you new around here?" She then said, "Yeah, it's my first year of college," and
She
smiled.
doesn't sound like a psychopath, does she?
Then she told me that her name was Jamie. We started talking, and about 1 hour later, we decided to go into the woods. As soon as we were far enough away from the party, she looked at me and we started kissing.
What?
Well-
Who does that within about 30 seconds? You've met her for 30 seconds and he's got her in the woods and he's kissing her.
In the woods as well.
I mean,
no.
I mean, it took us about a month before I kissed you, did it? Was it about a month?
I didn't let you for 3 months.
I kissed her within about 15 minutes. I broke records, guys, trust me. I just had to give her the little... And that was it. She was like glued onto me. But she's not a psychopath. This girl's going to turn into a psychopath, guys. So be ready.
To tell the truth, it was the best moment ever of my life. After about 20 minutes of making out, she said, "Let's go back to the party."
Did he just say he's kissed for 20 minutes? How can you kiss for 20 minutes. You must have some serious slather.
But after walking for 5 miles, I heard something.
5
And suddenly,
miles?
I realized that Jamie was with me no more. She was gone while I was not paying attention to her.
She
I
disappeared.
called her name, but there was no answer. Then I heard a strange sound again on my
Oh
left
no,
side.
them sounds. Here we go.
I went to investigate, and I froze in fear. It was a man in his late 50s tied up to a tree. He had tape on his mouth, and he was beaten up badly. So I untied him, took the tape off, and I asked him, "Are you okay, sir?" The man said he was okay, and I asked again, who did this to him? And his answer terrified me.
Jamie.
He replied that it was the girl with blonde hair, with blue eyes. As soon as he said it, I heard rustling noises coming from behind
Oh no,
me.
she's coming for him now.
You're
turned
next,
around.
mate.
Jamie was there, and she had an axe in her hand.
Oh my
She was
gosh, she's got
smiling
an
again,
axe!
but now it became madness. I tried talking to Jamie and told her to put the axe down, but she didn't listen. She
No, don't-
threw
don't,
the
Jamie.
axe right at me.
No!
Oh!
Luckily, the axe
Psycho.
missed me and hit a log beside me.
No, look at that!
Oh, that's
Look, no,
crazy.
seriously, guys. That's why you have to be so careful when you meet people out there in the community. You know, you just don't know what they're really all about. One minute you got a beautiful blonde, blue-eyed, flickering. You think she's great. Next thing you know, she's throwing axes at you. Seriously, think about what you do out there.
Can you imagine that though? Going
Yeah.
on a date and
Luckily for me, I've got a good one. She didn't throw axes. She just throws punches. I can deal with those because I always bob and weave them. You know.
no, you don't. I've got you some good ones.
No, you have not. You always miss because they're slow. This is how fast the punches come in.
Do you want to see one?
I watch them, then I just go, bye-bye, woohoo. Here we go.
I had no choice at all. I tackled her to the ground and screamed for help. Kai and 2 other dudes came to me in a hurry and helped to restrain her. I was pissed and also shocked. I asked her, why did she attack that man? She laughed and told me, what's the problem? You don't have to worry about it. Something like that. I told Kai to watch her while I called the cops, and the cops showed up within minutes. The party was canceled.
Who's in the back of the car in the police car?
That guy.
Which-
Who she was kissing.
No, he's there, look.
there.
What's going on there then?
And everyone had to go back to campus. I still think what would have happened if I didn't pay attention to the sounds and just kept walking to the party.
See what I mean with these
I hope
animations? They're
Jamie
weird.
never finds me again.
Oh my god, just
she's
look at
waving,
that.
look.
She's not bothered. I mean, she's just been arrested, guys, and she's going to the police, waving like it's a day out, you know, like she's going to the fairground or something. Okay, so this is it. Mum's finally now been involved with a scary animated. Oh my gosh, why does that always happen?
Gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Why don't you put it on silent?
Hello there.
Hey, you okay?
Oh my gosh, you just phoned me at a bad time. I was just reacting to a scary animation. Horror.
Oh, okay.
And I had Trina with me as well for the first time. And that phone rang just on the outro. Oh my armpits are sweating. Guys, Jonah's going to be in the next episode for sure. Just make sure you hit that notification bell, subscribe. The Wilson Family channel is back. And we're staying. Peace out.